Are you up? Are you up? It's kind of late. What time is it? Are you up? I let everybody get on from around the world. Hi to my Asian audience and my African audience and my European audience and my South American audience and my Antarctica audience and my Caribbean audience and my American audience. I'll give everybody time to get on or pretend like you're not on, but really be on. And we're going to talk politics. What's it, the 28th? And we had the 31st. So 31 plus 28 equals 59 days in 2020. You getting on? Everybody get on. All my Brazil audience, my India audience, my Cuban audience, my East African audience, my West African audience, my Eastern Europe audience, and my Western Europe audience, my East Asian audience, Central Asian audience, my South, am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say Southeast Asian audience? Who else? What other audience we got out there? Indian, some of my favorites. Caribbean audience, South Pacific audience. And we're talking Donald Trump, politics, the first 59 days of 2020. And what a mess. I just listened to Donald Trump, and he's just yuck. Oh my. I mean, it was good 4 years ago. It was good 5 years ago. But I don't want to hear him whining about that freaking election. He had 5 years. He had a chance to hire Mitt Romney as his Secretary of State. Like, you have a chance to hire Mitt Romney, who built Baines, governor of Massachusetts. You have a chance to hire him. Everybody's rooting for you, pushing you. Hire Mitt. Team of rivals. Team of rivals. Team of rivals. Where is my team of rivals? You have a chance to hire Mitt Romney. And it was all set up for you, hyped up. Team of rivals. This is what they were setting you up for, Mr. President. Republicans. They set them up. It was going to be team of rivals. Abraham. That's how they set the president up. Not only did he win the White House, we gave him the keys to the mansion, the keys to the plane, the keys to the limo, the keys to the place in Maryland. What's it called? Camp David. And he hires Ivanka and Jared Kushner as his top advisors. And so when he leaves office, it's like they were only in it for money. They made a lot of money, but they didn't leave with a real connection with the American people. Donald Trump had his chance to win. He not only left, but he left us with Joe Biden, the godfather of mass incarceration. Look at it. Look at him. Look, he's a pervert. His policies are perverted. Nobody locked up more black men than Joe Biden. Nobody locked up more black men than Joe Biden. And we got to be stuck with him for the next 4 years. What are you getting from him, black people? Gender changes? Are you all going to get gender changes? You going to change your bathrooms? He's a scumbag. America needs a Republican Party to counter Joe Biden's America. Joe Biden's America is not my America. Elizabeth Warren's America is not my America. They never mention marijuana. They never mention mass incarceration. They never mention gun violence. And all you guys just sit there claiming to care about black women while black women are being gunned down in Memphis, while black women are being gunned down in Detroit, Chicago, Philadelphia, Columbus, Cleveland, St. Louis, Missouri, Atlanta, kids being gunned down. And the last two presidents, the last three presidents won't say gun violence. And you wonder why people go vote for Donald Trump. Minimum wage, $15 is their big economic package. $15 poverty. They're poverty pimps. I'm proud to be a Republican. And it's time for Republicans. Donald Trump had his purpose. He was a real estate guy. Who doesn't want to own real estate? He's an entrepreneur. Who doesn't want to be an entrepreneur? He's a father who cares about his kids. Who doesn't want to hire their kids and see them prosper? Those are three things you'll never get from the Democratic Party. Real estate, entrepreneurship, respect for fathers. Those are three things you'll never get from the Democratic Party. And when Donald Trump walks around 75 million votes, oh, my 75 million votes, those are my 70, oh, I had 70. No. Some of those votes, a lot of those votes are anti-Hillary votes, are anti-Biden votes, are anti-Democratic Party votes. Because we're not really into all that gender stuff. We're Americans. We want safe neighborhoods. We want to grow wealth. We want to own real estate. Have some type of foundation. Most Americans don't care about Joe Biden's perverted gender policy. When was the last time you heard a Democrat mention God? Joe Biden, he just started saying God bless America. Been in office 50 years. And black people, how many more decades are you going to give this guy? Joe Biden's from Delaware. He sees the murders in Philadelphia. He sees the murders in Newark, Delaware. He sees the murders in Washington, D.C. He sees the murders in Baltimore of black people, black women, children. You don't think Joe Biden sees it? He sees it. He doesn't care. He never has cared. It's Joe Biden. I'm Darius, the hip-hop Republican. And I'm proud to be Republican, but it's time to move on from Donald Trump. All those black people that went out and voted Republican increased. All those Spanish people who went out and voted Republican increased. Their they voted that because of families. Yeah, Donald Trump was there, but they voted because America, families. Those 75 million votes aren't just Donald Trump's. They're American votes. And I don't know, it's really depressing to see black people in the year 2020 submit their future to the Democratic Party for another decade. And they're just the scummiest, not caring people on this earth. I mean, they don't care. All that gender stuff and historic bathrooms, I don't care. We don't care. We're Americans. We care about our communities. We care about our futures. Keep your $15 an hour minimum wage. $15 minimum. Minimum wage is a stepping stone. It's only a block. There's bigger economic prosperity in America than the minimum wage. If you want prosperity, send the American people a $2,000 check. You're sitting here, you're going to send a $1,400 check, which is what Donald Trump, you're going to give the other half of what so you're going to take Donald Trump's policy on stimulus. The kids in cages, they're going to stay in cages, but we're going to call them facilities. I'm Darius. I'm the hip hop Republican. I feel like I'm the runaway slave of politics. Today, February 28th. Yesterday was the 161st anniversary of Abraham Lincoln, Cooper Union. Not historic Republican event, not a historic Democrat event, a historic American event, a historic world event. Cooper Union. The country was in slavery. It was time to find a president. Abraham Lincoln lost his U.S. Senate race. 7 debates. The State House picks Stephen Douglas as the winner, the incumbent. And Stephen Douglas, U.S. Senator incumbent from Illinois, after he beats Lincoln at the end of 1858, he goes off on a long tour down the Mississippi to Havana, and he was on his way to being president. Stephen Douglas, Illinois, 1858-59. John Brown invades Harper's Ferry in October 1859. The country's uneasy. He goes to the gallows for black people. John Brown, friend of Frederick Douglass, friend of Harriet Tubman, a white man. There was just a show this fall on Showtime about his life. I never watched it, but I love John Brown, former Springfield, Mass. Wool entrepreneur. And then it comes to 1860. Lincoln goes to Cooper Union, hits it big with his oratory, and the rest is history. He goes to the White House, Civil War, Fort Sumner, in slavery, gets assassinated in Ford Theater, and he's Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, the father of the Republican Party, still the leader of the Republican Party, giving us everything. He's still giving it to us. Abraham Lincoln. And I'm Darius. I'm the hip hop Republican. And I feel like I'm the runaway slave of politics. I'm from Dover, Delaware, and Joe Biden was sworn in 1973. The same year I was born in Dover Air Force Base Hospital. When I was 19, marijuana charge, felony, suspended sentence 3 years for 10 grams of pot. Joe Biden's a scumbag. And it's just disgusting to see how the media tries to dress him up as a leader, as a president, as somebody who cares. Somebody, and then Donald Trump's the racist. Joe Biden made laws that tore apart black communities in America for nonviolent crimes, for drugs, like the same drugs his son uses, cocaine. And good night. I'm Darius Mitchell, the hip hop Republican. And I'm proud to be Republican. And all my Republican friends out there who may see this, it's time to move on from Donald Trump. And it's time to build a foundation where you can attract young people Republicans, where you can attract Hispanics Republicans, African Americans. You need something. America needs something. The way things are going the first 59 days of this guy or the year, we need something. I know I'm not the only one watching this gun violence across the country. If you're in Delaware, you're watching Philadelphia news, you're watching Baltimore, D.C., you got friends in D.C., you got friends in Baltimore. You see the gun violence. If you're in Ohio, you're seeing Columbus, you're seeing Cleveland, you're seeing Toledo, Cincinnati, all these black people being killed. If you're in Atlanta, I'm seeing, 4 children killed in Atlanta in the last month, under 12 years old. Memphis. Same cities over and over and over again. Come on, America. We got to step up. Good night. Have a great week. Have a great March. And I just want to get on and talk some politics. Another thing that bothers me is when media, elected officials, and even just regular people, this side, that side, both of them, they both this. What a cop out. Either you're for one or the other. There ain't no they both this or they both that. Especially black people, black men, always trying to protect the Democratic Party. Black men, why are you always trying to protect the Democratic Party? And they're always leaving you out to hang. Leaving you out to hang with gun violence in your communities. Leaving you out to hang with just locking up fathers. And it be black people locking up black people. Black people shooting black people. And it's tired. It's so freaking tired every day. The nonchalant attitude, the cheering Democrats. I supported Deval Patrick. I supported Barack Obama. I supported Donald Trump. Let's look at the century. 20 years, 21 years in a century. How many black governors has there been? How many black presidents have there been? One. What was their saying? Yes, we can. How two of the same candidates have the same saying? The same campaign manager. Where did it all start at? Alabama? Georgia, Cali, Chicago. Where did it start at? One black governor in 21 years in a new century. One black president, 2 years within each other. And you got to start asking questions. How'd that happen? How'd that get started? Massachusetts, it is what? Massachusetts has had one Democratic governor in 30 years. America has had two African American governors in history, modern history. America has had one president of African descent. And now you look around politics, you look around media, and it's segregated. Segregated. People still cheering Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. Minimum wage. And I just want to get on and talk some politics. I go by the name the Hip Hop Republican. And I just, it's time to move on from Donald Trump. And I'm tired of him. And I had a good 5 Donald Trump years. You know, I just had, you know, I had a good Donald Trump years, but he never grows. It's been all downhill since he never hired Mitt Romney. And what happens? Mitt comes back, votes against him twice for impeachment. And March is about to come knocking on our door. Hopefully that spring sun comes, daylight saving time, warm nights, road trips, hip hop Republican. God bless America. In God we trust.